Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Lisa.
And Danielle.
What's going
And
on?
we have puppies.
You guys, puppies. That's our news, puppies. It's so fun. They're so cute.
They're
You
so
should
cute.
pick yours up and give a cameo.
He's so sleeping right now, so I'm not going to do that because he's like a terrorist.
When I pick mine up and he's out, he's out and he's floppy. Like I can do anything. He will not wake up. I can pick him up, hang him upside down. It's so funny.
That's what Gunnar does that when I put a leash on him, which is
Mm-hmm.
what we found out. Or when we put the harness on him, he starts to buck like a bronco. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So, yeah, if Jared were to watch our outside camera this morning when I was prepping to take him to the vet for the first time, he was
Mm-hmm.
like bucking around. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be great. Then I clipped the leash on him and he was like not having it. He like sprawled like all legs out on the ground and didn't move anywhere. So I had to like carry him into the vehicle.
I did read that they were stubborn, so I'm starting to see that. Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
fun.
so smart though. Like we were talking about earlier, like this probably one of the smarter dogs I've had that he knows his name, knows when it's time to get up and go to the bathroom. I can say like go outside and he goes outside. Yeah, just super fun and so soft.
Yeah. Oh, they're so soft. You guys, these puppies. So we got to tell them everything. We got to tell them the whole story.
Oh
How
my
this
gosh.
how this happened. Okay, so first, yeah, so we got puppies. And this started with me initially refusing to get a puppy because I don't think we've talked about this, but I've lost two of mine recently, the last two of my three in January. And I was like, I can't get any more animals. I can't handle the heartbreak. We still have another dog. I'm like, I can't, it just kills me. I can't do it again. I can't go through that again. So I was dead set, not happening, not anytime soon. But then something just kept drawing me to this breed. And I don't know. And I just started looking after I came back from my one trip. I started looking into it. They're called a Catahoula leopard dog. So, and it's a rarer breed. I think it's more popular in the southeast. I think they originated in Louisiana. It's a
Yep.
hunter herding dog. So, but they're beautiful, and that was the only thing. Like I had to get a bigger dog this time because my others were little. And Brian's like, I can't, try to get one big enough that an owl can't take off with it or a coyote can't take off with it. Try to find something a little bit bigger. So I did that. So I found this breed, and then I started looking around. First, I looked for a bunch of fosters, and I saw a few, but every time I reached out, they were already spoken for, and or they didn't work well with other animals. So I found a breeder in Arizona, and he didn't have any left. But he's like, hey, reach out to these people because they have puppies. They're not papered or anything, which I don't care about. I mean, I was going to try to get a rescue, but I didn't care about the papers. But she had full bred Catahoulas because she has her own dogs. So they had babies and they're amazing. And so I was like, well, let's just go and look. Let's just go and look because I've got this giant gaping hole in my heart that I feel like something's got to fix this. Hopefully this does it. So I'm like, Danielle, look at these puppies. It's like,
And I have no gaping hole, everyone. I was along for the ride and I was like, we were getting our hair done. And sweet Emily was like, are you guys getting a puppy? And I was like, well, yeah,
probably,
like
yeah. Just looking
we're
at it that
all going to
way.
be in on this. This is how this is. And, so, well, wait, yeah, that was the same day that we saw Mathena. So
That night we
earlier,
did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yep. So earlier in the day, we were getting our hair done. We were like, Lisa's showing these pictures of these puppies, and I think they were on Facebook. And so I was the one trying to get a hold of these people and then giving the information to Lisa to contact these people. And so this meetup was set. And Jared didn't really understand that I was like being dead ass serious, that I was going to go on Easter morning to look at these cute little spotted dogs.
Yeah.
And then that evening, after we got our hair done, we were hanging with our friends. So we were back with Mathena and she was like, are you guys really doing this? And we were like, yes. And of
Probably.
course, Jared has no, like, he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bring Hank home like tomorrow. And that's not his name, but, he's always like threatening my life when I'm talking about bringing an animal home. And, lo and behold, I was like texting him and on Easter morning and it was real. It happened. And it was not Lisa's fault.
It was not my fault.
No, it was not your fault.
No, it wasn't my fault.
And
yeah, we both left with them.
did you know? So when we were sitting getting our hair done, Lisa pulled up the pictures of these dogs, and there was that one dog chewing on the bone. Did you know the dog chewing on the bone is Gunner?
Yeah.
That's
the one you wanted to see.
Yeah, but I didn't realize it until I like realized it. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are the dog chewing on the bone.
Yeah, because the pictures always with coloration, it's not, you can't really tell unless they're like distinctively marked. You can't really tell the difference between them. And apparently these dogs are like chameleons, so they change their colors and patterns and spots very like a good amount, not just like they just get a little lighter or the spot on their head gets a little bit bigger. No, we're talking like full color change sometimes. So I don't know. Mine looked like chocolate colored when it was born, and now he's like this cool reddish color with black on his back. And I'm starting to see like black spots on his sides coming through. So I'm so curious what he's going to look like when he comes out, when he gets bigger, when the spots come out. When he gets
we're gonna have a coming out party. Yes. Yeah, I'm curious what Gunner's gonna look like because he has that like gray undercoat, but it's like then he has like some white spot. He has a white spot on his chest and some white spots on his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious, like what I keep feeling like he hears his name and he's gonna like bust up and like start running around like a lunatic. But yeah, I'm curious what colors are actually going to pop out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was so fun. Yeah, so we go, guys, and we go out and we go to this house, and they've got, how many were there? The litter was 13. There were 11 boys and 2 girls.
And 9 still there?
Yes. And the rest were spoken for. And then even some that were there were spoken for. They were just waiting for more vaccinations, I think, or just waiting for from somebody to get them. So we had a couple to choose from, and we sat there. We were there for a long time, just watching them, and they were just wild, just hilarious, having fun playing. They're 9 weeks old, and you won't believe how big they are. And they're just going to be big dogs. But that was so fun just watching them. And then when the parents came out, when we met the parents, you guys, this father was like, even Brian, when we left, he goes, I've come across a lot of scary dogs, like German Shepherds and Malinois and how do you say
Malinois?
Malinois. Yeah, some scary dogs that are meant to be aggressive and things like that. And he goes, I think I would take any of those over that male dog that we saw because he was just so powerful. I mean, gorgeous.
But his like stature was so much like, look at me, like
alpha.
Like look at me, I'm the dad. Yeah, he was like really pretty, like just pretty. But he listened the second they were like back. He like scooted back from the gate, and yeah, he was just they were very, very well mannered.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this one is like that. I keep telling Jared, I'm like, I've like prayed for this like service dog type dog in my life. And so I want him to be able to like go with me where I go. Sure. And, I know that we can, register him in some ways, like a service animal, sure. But I'm like, I want him to be like comfortable with people and dogs and kids and like all of the things and like being everywhere. So yeah, I'm hopeful that he'll be smart enough, because our shepherd is kind of on the other side of things. Like he's so sweet and he is very, very smart. But he's missing like
a few links.
Like he wasn't going to be he wasn't going to be the canine for the police force for sure.
Yeah. Right.
Like he failed out.
Yeah, I
For
think it's
sure.
important. Like our goal, once they're done with the vaccines, their shots and they're safe, we want to have them around as many dogs and as many people and as many kids as possible to get him really socialized, so he doesn't become aggressive with people, because they have a tendency to do that and get overprotective of their family if they haven't been around a lot of people and pets and stuff. So it's the last thing we want to have to worry about. So we're just going to have him while they're young and just so playful. And anyone that's met them so far, he's just all over the place. He loves it, loves the attention. So I'm hoping we just keep that going, so he's never scared of people, but he'll still have his instincts. If he doesn't like someone, I'm sure he would still protect us. But I just want to be able to not worry about approaching somebody with a dog or approaching a person or a kid coming up to him. I don't want to have to worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. The wedding is coming up.
I can't believe it.
Can you believe? I know. Like we started talking about this, 6 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you guys, she's getting married next Thursday, technically, is the part of it. But then Friday's the wedding. And I'm so grateful that it's going to be over. We're really excited. But I think that we're just ready for it to be over. She's had a heck of a time with her dress. She called me today saying, like, Mom, I went to go pick up my dress. There's been a lot of fittings for this dress. A lot.
Oh,
and so for anyone that doesn't know, I don't know how much we've talked about it, but she we're LDS, so she had to have her dress kind of custom built, some pieces to it kind of custom built, so that it was, she was able to wear it in her temple ceremony. And so she went to go pick it up today, and she was like, I saw it and I cried. It's not what I wanted. It's not how I asked them to do it. And she's been there like so many times. And so she's like, the pleats were just like not the way that I told them. And they were like way bigger and it just looked funny. And so she's like, the second they saw me crying, they were like, we're going to fix it. Come back this afternoon. So she called me when she was at lunch and she's like, we're going back. I know it's going to be perfect. So I just need to call and check in on her and make sure that when she went back this afternoon after lunch that it looked right. But like, I know that can be so tough. Like I did that with a dress. Like I know how hard it is to have a dress. Like it's like they start with one thing and then they build onto it to make it kind of something else. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is like, there's not a whole lot of places that we can get a dress that like fits what we're looking for in that environment.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that it's everything that she, and I'm sure that it's going to be great regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not about the dress.
Nerves.
It's about the day. I know.
Yeah. And her nerves are just getting the best of her. And
yeah. And she's young. So she wants it to be like perfect and, all of that. But I'm sure at the end of the day, she's going to remember this, not just for the dress, but just for what the day was. So yeah, we're excited. We're just excited for it to be just done.
Yeah.
Move on.
I'm sure.
Done and ready for the next adventure. And, which I think her next adventure is like Disney World. I think they're going to Florida, not just Disney World, but they're going to Florida for their honeymoon, which should be so humid.
Yeah, it will. Are they going right away?
I think that in order for her to get some time off of work, like the appropriate amount of time, I think they're going, I want to say in a few months for like a couple of months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So we'll see. Yeah. It should be nice for her.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most humid time right now. So blah, but
yeah.
So that's what she's doing. And, I know we're really excited. It just feels like it's like a compilation of things. Like, I feel like there's always like that time of year where it's like everything just like is happening at one time. And, like first you leave for 2 weeks and it's like, I don't even know what to do with my life. And and
Sorry.
not only do you leave for 2 weeks, but then my life actually is like on fire.
Yes.
Um,
Timing.
no, I know it's the weirdest thing, but that's okay. That fire will go out soon.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'm speaking in literally 2 events back to back. I feel like I speak tomorrow and Saturday. I feel so almost ill prepared because of everything else that's going on that I work tonight and I'm like, oh, I need to sit in front of my slides and at least like look at them.
Prep.
Yeah, and then I speak the very first week in May again, and like those aren't completely done yet. I just feel like it's like back to back to back to back. So yeah, I'm like super ready for her wedding stuff to just be like cleared out of my mind
Sure.
and then just move on
Refocus
to
on.
yeah. Even though
Mhm.
that like dumpster fire is sort of still going on, it's one that I don't really have to focus on. Like I know there's like things going on in the background, I feel like, but I have someone that can kind of deal with it for me.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I can just I don't know. I can just like sit back and watch with my bucket of popcorn, I guess. Is that the right way
Yeah.
to go about that?
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
Seems weird. I am so in love with your background. Now I'm like, I want one. But where would I
Isn't it
put
cool?
it? Yeah, it totally is.
You could just hang it. Just hang it and
I
put
know,
it
but
up.
I'm in like a corner.
I know, but you could hang it like because it's like fabric paper. You can't see my hands, but like post it caddy corner in the
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like pin it high enough. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I got this because I moved my office, and before if you saw, it was all
Yeah.
blank. It's just blank wall behind me, kind of boring. And I'm kind of close to the wall, so I'm like, it's just I don't know,
It's sort
something
of like
fun.
the color of my wall is your wall, I feel like.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah.
is absolutely. So I looked up online. I'm like, there's got to be something like, and I didn't. It's too low to like put a print or like hang something on the wall, like a normal picture. So I
Yeah.
found these on Amazon, and they look so cool. And I love city backgrounds. Reminds me of back home. So I like to. I saw these on Amazon. I guess they're meant for like photo backdrops. I don't know. I don't know anything about photography or anything like that, but you're supposed to clip it on those big mounts, and I was like, well, I bet you I could just put them up on the wall when we record. And I got a couple ones. I got both. They're all city, but one has like rain. It's like raining on rain on the windows, and it's nighttime. And the other is it the beach? I can't remember, but I don't know.
Yeah, super
It's
cool.
fun.
If you're just listening to this, it's like literally like a backdrop you'd see like outside city windows of a apartment or
Mm-hmm.
um that's exactly what it looks like. It's like city windows of an apartment. It's super
So
cool.
cool. Yeah, I love it so much. It is neat. It's just something nice in the background. I don't know. Something
Jared
different.
is literally going to walk in here and be like, "What in the
Where
fuck?
where are you?
What are you doing? What are you
Where are
doing?"
you? That's where I
Yeah.
am. Actually, I would love to actually know what this is and where it is. Because I don't know.
The tower.
Yeah, it doesn't say. It didn't say when I bought them like what the scene is from. I think they're just
Interesting.
but it looks like a real photo. So because I see cars like headlights moving, not moving on here, but like
Right,
they
right.
took a picture when the car was moving.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I don't know where it
Yeah.
is, but it's
I
gorgeous
really
with the
like it.
sunset. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I could see me buying a lot of these and just switching them up because they're cool.
I
Because if
really
you
like
get
it
those
almost
backgrounds on Zoom and stuff, they look terrible. Like when you move, it acts all weird.
it's like
Yeah, they haven't perfected
yeah.
that yet. So
Well,
I
it
don't want to
almost
mess with
looks
that.
like it when you do that, if you change them out, it looks like you're traveling. So it's like when
Yes.
you're in like a hotel room, like a
Right.
high-rise hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and you're he's moving. Oh my
Woken the beast is awake.
god.
You got
um
earphones on. You can't hear me.
he can hear me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh.
yeah, like when you do like a Zoom call from like a hotel room and you're like up on a like high rise level and it's you know, like you've got a really pretty backdrop. Yeah. I like doing stuff like that. I think it like makes for, I know. Oh my God. He's like tucked in between my desk and like the other furniture in here, like squeezing in between it.
He does.
How much do they weigh? How much do they weigh, do you think?
I think over 20. Didn't you weigh them at the vet? Or
no, because remember, I can't get my life together and I was there at the wrong time.
Yeah, Brian thinks he's at least 20 pounds. They're at least 20 pounds. And yours, I think, is a little bigger than mine.
Do you think he's bigger?
I thought he looked bigger than mine. Yeah.
They look like twins, just different
they
colors.
do.
They look like just different colors. Yeah, they're different colors.
They're so cute. Is he awake? Pick him up.
No, he's not awake. No, he's not awake. He'd be like a rag doll. He'd be like,
yes. I love that. They're so cute.
Oh, so last time we were on here with you guys, I think it's when it had to have been last week or the week before that we shared with you that we just can't seem to drive our vehicles and not shatter a windshield. Right. Yes. When I had like the tree branch, like come and attack me and almost murder me through my car.
Yes.
So I last week. Yeah, it was last week. So it was on Saturday, the same Saturday that we had our hair done right before we got the puppies. The Friday before that, I had my windshield repaired and I was like, I need this vehicle because I needed all of the like the back seat trunk space. So I couldn't drive my little car. I needed the SUV. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to drive it. I told Jared, I was like, I do not want to drive this. I know something's going to happen. Sure as shit, I take off and I'm driving down I go to North Scottsdale and then we're going down to like the North Phoenix area to do like a service project down there. And I get on the highway, not 5 minutes goes by and I get hit by a rock and my windshield has a crack in it. I was like, this has got to be a joke. I was even thinking today, I was like, gosh, you know what? And I know we talked about this when we got our hair done, but I was like, some of me wants to go back to my little car. I just don't feel like I changed out and I know your car is like little too, but I did not change out my windshield this much when I had the car version of my car. Like,
yes,
my mind is blown with how many times I have changed out the freaking windshield on this Q. I literally am like, what? It was a day. Not even 24 hours had gone by before my windshield got cracked again.
There is no feeling like that. I know. I still had tape on my windshield and I got it cracked.
I remember.
Like, what? Why do I even bother?
Here's the other thing. I love my like smart car.
Yeah.
I think it's such a challenge to get things done the right way. Right? So they change the windshield, then they have to recalibrate it. Fine. Now my windshield wiper sensors are like going off every time I get in my car. It's not raining, but it's like ding, ding, ding. Like auto sensors, like da da da. My car's telling me. So I tell Jared. And he's like, well, we have to have him come back out and look at it. And I'm like, why is this so hard? Like a lot of cars are smart nowadays. Like this shouldn't be a challenge to get my car to function the right way because it has like auto stuff on everything.
The cameras and the sensors and everything. Yeah, it wasn't calibrated properly. I haven't had that happen, knock on wood, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that is what it is. So it's like throwing a sensor for the wipers every 5 minutes that I'm driving around. I'm like, they're not even on. So then I'm like I turn off the auto sensors, but it still is a sensor that like it's irritated. So it like still throws this thing and I'm like, gosh, dang it.
No, it's irritating you. Yeah, the more parts on a car, just the more opportunity for things to be wrong or go wrong. And I don't know. I love all the features, like the heads-up display. I love the cameras, 360 cameras. It lets me know when I'm parking. If I pull up in a dark area, I can do a 360 quick look around the car, make sure no one's standing around, or you know what I mean? Like, I love the features, but there's a part of me that misses the plain old windshield, no cameras, just the backup camera. You know what I mean? And just if you replace the windshield, it's just that's it. You're done. They can come to your house, replace the windshield. You're done. No, this is
That's how the good old Honda is. Like that
yes.
thing, replace the windshield, nothing fancy going on in that Honda. I'm good to go. But we were, I think I was talking to someone about the was it Emily that we were talking about like refrigerators and stuff, like that we don't ever do like Samsung and
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
My parents have had the same like cooler or freezer in the garage literally since before I was born. And yet I would have to look. I would honestly have to look at the thing, but this thing has been in the freezer since before I was even born, or been in the garage since before I was born. It used to be in our like laundry room and now it's in the garage. We've replaced, Jared and I, multiple refrigerators, multiple washers and dryers.
Yeah.
And we look at the one that we have now. We've lived in this house for 5 years. And like, there's little bits and pieces. There's like little bits and pieces of things that like the lid starts getting loose and a piece bracket breaks on it. The dishwasher, the trays in there start breaking apart. And I'm like, why are things like this nowadays? Like, my parents didn't go through any of this. Pots and pans back in the day, like I have stuff from my grandma.
Right.
And
yeah, me too.
Isn't that
still works?
Like, I know. And it's the best. It is the best stuff. The stuff you bought that was like $400 pots and pans, they don't like, they're disgusting. Yeah.
Those are it's really irritating. I think honestly it just comes down to it's when we stopped making stuff here and putting quality into it over quantity. You know what I mean? So they're just so interested in pushing a new product that's upgraded this, upgraded that. Now it features this, features that, but they're not perfecting any of them. So they're just falling apart. And I was told, and I believe it because it happened to me, that those like LGs and Samsungs, especially with washer and dryer and the fridge, at least the guy that I always use to repair those things, was like, these products, they're great for TVs. Samsung, LG, absolutely. He goes, but for appliances, no. He's like, I always get Whirlpool or GE or Maytag, those things, because they have a longer lifespan and they make parts for them longer. Those Samsung and LG, I had one that was like 4 years old. They stopped making the parts. They didn't stop making that dryer. They just kept putting out new models, but they stopped making parts for the old one. So it forces you to have to get a new one because you can't get them anywhere. It's cheaper to just get a new washer and dryer. It's just it's so ridiculous. I hate it.
Like, I know that you wanted this really fancy washer and dryer, but
do you?
But now you need the new version because we don't make anything to fix the old version.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how things are nowadays.
Yeah. Yep. And nobody is taking pride in anything that they make, hardly. Like you said, I have a mixer, a KitchenAid mixer, the stand mixer. That was my grandmother's. It's got to be at least 50 years old. That thing works completely fine. Solid. Doesn't have a chip on it. I don't know. Such is life these days.
You know what is life? We need to plan a trip to a Dave Matthews Band concert.
Please. I know.
I know. There's so many of them happening.
I know. It's like he's touring every year. It's so exciting. Well, he's not coming through to Phoenix, so we got to go chase him down somewhere.
Not just touring every year. This fool goes all over the world.
For like 9 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We thought we never
so
saw our husbands. Like, imagine that.
us crazies are going to have to find him somewhere. Well, and then he jumps
Yes.
from like place to place within
Mhm.
a day
I know.
in some
Quick
of them.
turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's possible we can find him somewhere.
Yes, we're gonna have to. So I'm going through withdrawal.
I know.
Already the year is not going off to a great start. So I need, there's a puppy, and then I need another little boost of morale.
A DMB. DMB morale.
Yeah.
Dave, if you're out there and you need a date, just a friend date, while you're in one of these cities, hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Come on the pod. Oh, could you imagine? I would be like this.
God. She wouldn't even be able to speak.
I don't know.
She'd be like,
"Is happening?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm a child.
It would be super starstruck if, okay, but all right. If my celebrity crush was on here, I'd be like, hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah. Hey, you're so cute and you're so cute. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds, you're my man. I have a lot of celebrity crushes, but that's probably my one.
That's your bigger one. Biggest
one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's mine. And it's, and honestly, it wasn't really, it's weird. Like crush, I don't know. Just everything. The music, there's not a tone that comes out of his mouth that doesn't like give me chills from head to toe or make me feel some sort of emotion, like tear up or like it's just very powerful to me. His lyrics, because he writes them are just so incredible and you really pay attention. You're just like, geez, I wish I had a brain that worked like that. That's so impressive. But yeah, just, when you hear, songs or your favorite musician or your favorite bands and they just resonate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. But yeah, but I do love him. Mm-hmm.
I need to find a favorite band sometime in my life. Not a favorite band, but like I've always been kind of an every music kind of person. Like I like every music other than like techno. I don't love techno music.
Yeah.
That
remember that. Would you rather?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I've never actually had this like I've never been drawn to like one thing or another. Like I can pretty much like flow from like any kind of music to any kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to like find something where I'm like, oh, I could sit and listen to this for hours and like not change. Mm-hmm. It's almost like movies. Like there's stuff I don't like, but I would never intentionally sit down and watch it. And yeah, I just want to find like a genre almost that like I, love. Yeah. Maybe I won't though. I don't know. I feel like I already would have.
Share this one with me.
I love Dave Matthews. One of my like best friends growing up, he used to play it all the time, and like he could play it like he would play it on the drums.
Wow.
And yeah,
he played it like musically.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So to me, it was like I'd heard it. Mm-hmm. And so I've always liked it. And he really liked the band. And yeah, so it's like, to me, I've always enjoyed their music. It's never been like I had to, learn to like it or yeah. I've always followed their music, but there's just certain bands or like certain musicians where I'm like, like Taylor Swift, not a fan. Don't know that I ever could be or would be. I don't mind it. Like if I hear it, I'll listen to it, but I wouldn't intentionally turn her on to listen to it.
Gotcha.
Like that's, yeah.
No, I understand. Yeah, I think, well, also too, like live performances are a big thing too, because there's nothing more disappointing than really liking a song or a band or a musician and then going to see him and you're like, that's not good. I think he's almost better live than recorded. I mean, both are perfect, but I think live, and he just presents so well, and it's so raw, and they're all just so talented, and it's fun. They're fun. They're hilarious, and just they go all out for their age. They're really like doing a good job. It's just fun. It's a cool vibe. The people are nice there. All the people are so nice at those concerts. I've never seen or had an issue at any of them. I've been to dozens.
Yeah. That's it. You like used a word that makes the most sense though, is like it's very raw. Like they're very like it's not like it's a show, but it's not like a show. Like they're not
it's like they're playing
like
in
choreographed
together.
Yeah. Like it's not like choreographed. Like it's like they're there just to have fun with the audience. Yeah.
And with each other. You can see that they have a great time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. They do a really good job.
Oh, we need to get back on that. We need to do a trip.
I know. We really do. Yes. Agreed. We have a lot of trips. I want to do another haunted something.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I really do. Like
I will go. Does anyone have any, you guys, if you have a suggestion to something haunted, I know that there's people out there that know me, know us, know what we're down for. So like send in a suggestion of a haunted something, somewhere that we can go, and we will go stay there. I know that there's some like throughout, I mean, there's some in every state. So, but I know that there's some like on the West Coast that we could hit up pretty easily. For sure.
How about the Colorado place, the Stephen King, the Shining Hotel? What was that place called? Because that was really haunted. The history of that was actually really interesting to read, but it's still standing. What was it called?
I don't know, but we read about it. And I mean, even the few things Jared and I did there were like so fun. Okay, so there was someone on Instagram that was like posting, this is so off topic, but it's in Colorado, and it's like funny and cute. So they were posting this thing about like things to do in, I want to say it had to have been in like Golden. It was somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, like, Jared, did you know about this? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I mean, you lived there, obviously, but like, we go down here all the time. And I said, this person on Instagram posted these little fairy doors all down this street, this like old town street. I want to say it was Golden, but I might be wrong. And so I was like, please send me the address. I would love to go make my husband go with me. And so we looked it up, and sure enough, there's like this artist put on this like block or like this street, these little fairy doors on all these business fronts. So you can go and find these like doors and like take photos and pictures with them and of them. Aww. And it's like the coolest, cutest little thing. And I know it sounds like silly, but it's like Denver's like super artsy, and yeah, so there's like little, and so she does these things with her like family, and she posts all about these like little adventures that they find through like traveling. And so there's a bunch of them in Colorado. None of them were haunted things, but you know, we do pretty good finding that stuff on our own. But I thought that was really cute, because I was like, oh shoot, I'd go see that. Like,
yeah, that sounds cute.
I go down to those weird shit all the time.
Yeah, I think we need to go to Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh my gosh, yes. I would go there.
Cute little town. That'd be so fun. It's far, but that'd be fun.
I mean, it can't be any further than when we went to Louisiana.
Yeah, it's further, but it's just a little bit.
Yeah,
it's the same as like going to DC,
Virginia. Yeah,
yeah. I think that it'd be really cool. It's cute. The beach, cute little town. I've got a long bucket list.
I know.
Bucket list, trip list. I don't want to use bucket yet. I don't want to think about my bucket list yet.
No, every time I'm like, oh, I'm so old. Jared's like, you
Yeah.
realize you're closer to the end than you are to the beginning. And I'm like, can you like
See?
not?
No.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? Who says
I
that?
know. I know.
Oh,
We
we're
already know.
old,
We already
man.
know. We already know. You don't need to remind us.
I know. I'm like, we're old. I get it. Like, we're so old. I get it. But no. Our event's coming up.
So excited. I can't wait.
I
Ready to
know.
like beat feet. Look, hit the ground running. What's it? Beat feet.
Beat
Hit the
feet.
ground running. It's
Hit
basically
the
like
ground
hit the ground
running.
running. It's the same. It's like that too. I've heard it before. I
Oh,
don't know where I heard it, but I think it's beat feet.
yeah.
Anyway,
We're a little
whatever.
over a month. So
Mm-hmm.
we've got about 6 weeks or so
Yes.
until the event, May 18th. We still have some seats open, I think, for the event. So, certainly if you guys are wanting to come out to that, we're going to be promoting it a little bit more heavy and try to get some folks in there. But I definitely think it's not something that people want to miss. I know that Heidi's done such an amazing job at, um, you know, making sure that people stay educated about what this is and what people are doing and just what a cruel, crazy world we live in. And so what's insane is that I can tell you when I was out doing service last weekend on Saturday morning, that there were a number of girls that you could visibly tell were working girls out on the street with what seemed to be their men
Employer.
close by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And because they would be like in a truck, like in a vehicle nearby them.
Mm-hmm.
And so the girls would be walking not in packs like you see in a movie, like they'd walk over to a vehicle, or a vehicle would stop and they would like talk to them.
Yeah.
But you guys, we were out serving meals to less fortunate people. I think we were out there, it had to have been around 9:45, 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like a strange part of day. This was like morning on a
Sure.
Saturday.
Wow.
And
Not
yeah,
even dark
and they
yet.
were out and about. And while it was a not so great part of town, it wasn't like a terrible, terrible, terrible part of town either. Like I
Yeah.
guess it was and it wasn't. So I don't know. But um yeah, like these things that she's educating our friends and family and older kiddos on, it's so important. Like
It really is.
I do not want my kids wrapped up in any of this ever. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want them to understand. Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think what she's doing is just amazing.
It is. It's incredible. And it's hard to hear how close this is, because it really is everywhere. I think a lot of people tend to think that those kind of things don't happen as often in this country, or unless you live in a big city or something like that. But it doesn't. It's not true. It's not true at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're super excited to be, hosting this event for her and with her. And I think after, hopefully staying nice and connected with her and
Oh yeah.
having more of these, not just with her, but with other groups and with other, people doing, I think, things similar to this that are
Yeah.
helping the community and bringing people together. So, yeah, it's gonna be really exciting just to see. I think people come together that want to kind of put an end to this crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we need to. And we need to, or I mean, just do your part. At least you can pay attention, see some of these things. Maybe have an eye out for stuff that you necessarily wouldn't notice before. People are already on guard, as they should be, if you have children and friends with children or anything. You want to be careful. You're looking out for stranger danger and kidnappers, of course. It's terrifying enough as it is, but this is like next level. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not going to end, I don't think, anytime soon.
Right. Did I hear the
All
little
right.
baby wake up over there?
He is.
It sounded like mine. I heard the whimpering. I'm like, oh, that's
He's
familiar.
so awake. Let me see if I can get him up here for everyone. Come here.
Okay. Gunner. Ah, there he is. Hi, buddy.
He's going to rip my
Oh, so cute.
live on camera.
Meet Gunner.
He's going to hide. Yeah.
Oh, look at those paws, everybody. Everyone I show pictures to, and they're like, that's all they say. Paws. Like, those paws are huge. I'm like,
I know. They really are. He's so you can be shy. Oh my gosh.
So cuddly. Hi, buddy. Oh, his
Oh,
ears
man.
are bigger than Enzo's.
Are they? Like
His ears?
floppier?
Yeah. You see? Yes. They are. That's interesting. Yeah, his are got little ears. I'm like, your ears are so little for how big your paws are. He's so cute.
He looks really brown on camera, but he's actually like kind of gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so pretty. They've got this. Enzo has the same white spot on his chest. So cute. They're so cuddly.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cuddly and affectionate. Look at that. Yeah, they'd love that.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, everybody, that's a 9-week-old puppy. Look at the size. It's going to be so big. He's so cute.
Yeah, he's a big baby. You're a big baby, yes. Aren't you?
Okay. Are you so happy in your new home?
Yeah. All right, everyone.
All right.
More babies waking up behind me.
Oh, yeah.
That's the wiener baby.
Oh, the other one? Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Your cameo.
Hi, bud. Does he watch TV?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, mine does too. Isn't that funny? I thought I was only going to have the one dog who watches TV. This one does too. And when he starts losing his mind watching stuff on the TV, the little one is like watching the TV, then looking at him and looking at the TV, like trying to figure out like what's upsetting him.
Why is he upset?
Yeah, like, okay. All right, the horse. Okay. He's like, so, but he sees it. He sees what he's seeing.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. Aw. Hi. Hi, buddy.
You're so handsome.
He is.
Yeah. You're gonna be famous.
So cute. You guys gotta take a look at this puppy. So cute. All right.
All right, everyone. Well, don't forget to head on over to our social pages at thelifeagency.wtf for all of our fun updates. Like us, love us, share us, and follow. And we will be back with you next week. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to reserve your spot with our event. It's coming up on May 18th. We're hosting it downtown Chandler, and you can find all of that information on our social media sites. And if you have any questions, reach out to us by email. It's hello@lifeagency.wtf. And we will be back with you guys next week.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everyone.